Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for the starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's league game against Hearts at Celtic Park. Hearts come into this one after a poor start to the season. They had a defeat at Pittodrie on opening day, and then they followed up with a disappointing 0-0 draw against Ross County at Tynecastle. So not the best of starts for them, but we would expect a tough game, as it always is, against Craig Levine's side. On to the team. This is the start of a big week for us. Obviously we've got the second leg in Sweden on Thursday, and then Ibrox before the international break. So 3 huge games coming up, and next week is massive for us. So I'm not sure how many changes Neil Lennon is going to make to the team, or if he's going to make any. We'll start in goals. I expect Craig Gordon to continue. Scott Bain's obviously still out. We've seen Fraser Foster get unveiled at half time on Thursday night. I think it's too soon to throw him in. He's obviously not played a lot of football in the past year, 18 months, so I don't expect to see him soon. It's going to be interesting to see how that develops with Foster, Bain and Gordon, because once they're all fit, one of them isn't going to play at all. So Gordon will continue for this one, and we'll see how long it takes Foster to get up to speed. On to right back, I think El Ahmed's going to be still out. I'm not 100% sure about that one. I think it was a hip injury that Neil Lennon said he had during the week, so I don't know how serious it is, but a hip injury can be quite awkward. So guessing that he's still out, I'm going to continue with Aya at right back. I thought he deputised well the other night, but as I said, we shouldn't be in the situation where we're having to move one of our best centre halves out of position, shoehorn them in at right back, just because we've been unable to deal with that position in the transfer window, unable to get somebody in of the right quality. Okay, El Ahmed's came in, he's done well, but we need another one out there as soon as possible, and the time ticks on. We've got maybe 9 or 10 days left now, so we need to get right back in as soon as possible. On the centre half, I expect Jozo Simunovic to continue alongside Christopher Jullien. I thought they were good the other night. Obviously AIK didn't provide too much an attacking threat. I thought Jullien probably had his best game for us so far. Again, a bit of split opinion on how much he wins in the air and things like that, but I thought he was fine. I expect him to continue in there alongside Simunovic. Again, Aya being out of position doesn't help a sort of long-term partnership start to build in there, but I think those two should be fine playing together. On the left back, Bolingoli, he'll continue. I wouldn't expect Johnny Hayes to come in, although that's the only option if Neil Lennon did want to make a change there. Bolingoli I thought was alright the other night. Again, massively split opinion. Slacking the ball at times, yes, but brilliant going forward. I think he is erratic, and we're going to just need to deal with that. I think it's too early for him to become a scapegoat. I think a lot of fans the other night were very, very critical of him, and at the end of the day we won 2-0 comfortably at home in Europe, so his performance couldn't have been that bad. Yes, he did give the ball away a couple of times, but we're going to have to be patient with him. He looks like a player that needs confidence, and he isn't going to get that if we're constantly on his back. It is early days for him, and hopefully he'll come on it again. On the midfield, this is where we might see a change. I think I'd like to see a change given the big games that we've got coming up next week, but I think if anything in Cham, I would like to see Cham come in, but I don't think he's going to come in for McGregor, because Brown and Cham together doesn't really work for what we've seen before. So I expect Brown to continue. Again, this is the team that I think Neil Lennon will pick, not the team that I would pick. Brown alongside McGregor, and in front of them Ryan Christie, the same midfielders during the week as well. So again, Christie I thought was brilliant. He covers so much ground. You see him in the 92nd minute charging back into the right back area and winning the ball back, gives you absolutely everything. So I think he could possibly be rested. I wouldn't like to see it because he is in such good form, but maybe Brown, McGregor and Cham could play ahead of them, kind of like we've seen against Motherwell at Fir Park. That wouldn't surprise me, and I think Cham's done well when he's came in this season, so that's a good option for Neil Lennon to have if he does want to give somebody a rest in midfield. Right wing, of course, the man in form, 5 goals in 5 games for James Forrest, playing really well just now and getting up to speed, getting to that level that we've seen of him last season, where he swept up the Player of the Year award. So he's playing really well just now. He'll continue at right wing. On the left hand side, again, I would maybe like to see a change in here, but if I was to see a change, I would like it to be Scott Sinclair. We're not going to see him by all accounts, because we haven't seen him for weeks. And I don't want Lewis Morgan to start in there. I think we've got this situation just now where Scott Sinclair is just an outcast at this stage. He's not even made the bench the past couple of weeks. Also, Marian Shved, who looked bright, and he got that great goal when he played against Noncalu off the bench. He's not even making the bench. So Lewis Morgan is the only other option to play on the left hand side, so I'm going to go with Mikey Johnston. I thought he was good the other night, not maybe his creative best or in front of goal. He had a great chance in the first half that he maybe should have put away, but constant threat, direct running. He won so many fouls in the second half because he was getting kicked a lot, but he kept driving at defenders and committing players, and he won the free kick for Edouard that Edouard put in the top corner. So I thought he was good. I think he'll continue. Neil Lennon's obviously touched on him having a bit of fatigue last week, but as I say, the only option that I can see Neil Lennon picking if Mikey Johnston gets rested is to start Lewis Morgan, and I don't want to see that because I don't think Lewis Morgan's done enough to earn a start and to earn the minutes that he's getting right now. I think, as I've said again and again, and I think we can all see, when you play on the wing for Celtic, you need to be creative, you need to be getting assists, you need to be scoring goals, and there's a real lack of end product for Lewis Morgan, so I think Johnston will continue out there. Up top, it's going to be Odsonne Edouard, who again we lavished praise on the other night. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. His hold-up play is just sublime. I think his touch is just first class. I think obviously people sometimes compare him to Dembele. Moussa Dembele is absolutely brilliant, and we've seen him go on and really smash it in France as well. But I think Edouard's touch is even better than Dembele. I think when he gets the ball played into feet and when he's turning and running at defenders, he's every bit as good as Dembele. And I think you see with the free kick the other night, he's got so much to his game, and he's just in a great place right now. I think even for last season and since he's arrived at Celtic, we can really see how much better he's got, and still so young, still so much to come from. So that's the team I've went with. Again, it's the same team as went Thursday night. As I say, there's a couple of changes in there that I think we might see. I would maybe like to see a couple of changes to rest some big players coming into these games next week, but we'll wait and see what happens with that. Like the video, comment your own teams below, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you tomorrow after the game for all of the post-match content. Thank you.